Following a season that started off a little rough, 3-3 out the gate, we then followed it up with a strong second half of the season, winning all but two. But unfortunately, one of those games was a week 18 matchup against the Raiders that if we won and another game went our way, we could have had a first round bye. But as we get started in this episode, it is wild card weekend for us in the Central Plains States Only Challenge. Now, we're facing a familiar foe, a team we've already played twice this year, and it's been close matches in the Chargers. The first time we met them, it was 14-7, a very defensive game. And then in week 16, in which was an important game for us, they and us were neck and neck for the top seed in the AFC West, and we ended up getting the dub. But it wasn't by a wide margin in that one, 19-16. So all of these games have been very, very close. We finished 12-5. They finished 12-5. We have the same rated offense at an 87. However, they have the higher rated defense at 85 compared to our 80. But we've played really well. We're going to have to see that continue on if we're to continue on in the playoffs. And if we do, if we get the win here today, and you guys get the video 50 likes, the next round, the divisional round, will be posted tomorrow. So make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up as we jump on in. The playoffs start on offense. Kyler Murray, Joe Mixon, and a very well-rounded offensive group as we start off with the run, Mixon picking up 2. We made a lot of additions to the receiving core, though. We still seem to be running the ball more often than not. With a check down, we find McBride with the first down, our first playoff first down. He's also had a pretty solid season as no really any space there for us to gain on first down. Mixon tackled extremely quickly, and we'll have a tight shotgun look here on 2nd and 9 with a bunch up top. Will be a pass from Murray across the middle, finding Shepard, but he drops it. Winfield Jr. times up the hit well to jar it free as we stick with a similar look, though the bunch looks a little bit wider up top. Murray from the pocket, gonna step up, throw towards the top, has Shepard this time, who holds on to it down to about the 40. We definitely have a lot easier time seeing some good passes in this series compared to the Rams, though. We're trying to fix that as we have a 1st and 10, Mixon down the middle, finding space this time as he has a cut for a gain of 7. And a little cheekily throws the ball off the defender. As we have 2nd and 3 with 3 spread down to the bottom, the tight end up top. Throw down to the bottom is going to find Marvin Mims Jr. with a first down grab to the 26. It looks like we are the later game because we're getting some final scores down at the bottom, so keep an eye down there to see who else is moving on. As Mixon powers forward, gain of about 9.5. They mark it 2nd and inches as we're inside the red zone with a tight under center set here for Murray. Mixon the lone back as a check made at the line. We'll see what we go with. It's going to be a quick throw pass up top going to McBride, and we'll actually lose some yards on that. Not the best receiver to go with there, as now it's 3rd and 2. We go down the middle, and it's stuffed. The blitz, or either just a very well-read play from the linebacker, stuffs us for a loss, and it'll end up being a field goal attempt. But we have seen Brown do well since coming in, and he nails it the first go. So we'll take a lead on the end of our first drive, make it 3-0. So as Joe Burrow and our rival Chargers offense heads out onto the field, we're going to need to see some good play here. Defensively, we've been solid against them so far. I would hate to see a 3rd time's a charm for them as they actually do break off a really good run on first down. Herbert goes for 11. And Herbert, despite the Virginias being the first of the States Only Challenge to fail, actually played really well for us in that series. So hopefully we don't see any good play as it's a drop from their superstar tight end. I want to say, it's Kincaid. He had some good plays against us in that second matchup, but we get the better of him the first opportunity. As Burrow up top, another lone receiver gets the catch, spinning off the tackle, DK to about the 42. As mentioned at the top, this Chargers offense is really well rated. They have some really good players, as there's a knockdown at the edge. I believe that was Oliver tipping it away. Our defense, we don't have a lot of those very big names, a lot of the highly rated guys, but they consistently tend to play well, though we're giving up some chunk plays on this first drive. Pittman Jr. down to the 21. Now, we do have a pair of young rising stars, I would say, at the linebacker spot, as Burrow having to roll out, does not get to the outside. Gibson with the sack, dropping him back at the 33. It'll be a loss of 13, as they will follow it up going to the I form. Will at least be a pass from Burrow, rolling, trying to find somewhere to go, and will check it down, but only manages about half a yard. Definitely not letting Kincaid get open much here, as we knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen here on 3rd and long. As here comes Gibson, not back to back, but 2 sacks in the first drive of the defense, and that should take him out of field goal range. Some clutch play for sure by Gibson early on. He had a really good season last year, took a little bit of a step back the regular season, but if he could have a great postseason, all the better, as we find Marvin Mims play one for a nice chunk. Call it a gain of 15 as we end the first quarter. We have a slim lead. Offense did decently well that first go around. Defense also did really well, not allowing anything. So as long as this offense keeps scoring points, should be good to go. As we were starting here in shotgun, handing it off down the middle, Mixon spinning off of one, has a little bit of some space, off of another, but trips on the down defender. He's been phenomenal at slipping tacklers this season, but could not slip the last one. As Murray from the pocket, going down to the bottom, we have Shepard once again, a gain of 7. Murray 6 of 7 to start his day, as we have 2nd and 3. From shotgun, we got 2 up top, 1 down to the bottom is the rookie. Then we hand it off Mixon with some more space. Jukes by the safety, and we'll get down to the 25. Already at 50 yards on just 7 carries. As we check down to a single back set. Murray dropping, throwing up top. We have a nice catch, gain of 6. That's Sherman, the 2nd-year tight end. As we have a bunch down to the bottom, 1 up top is Shepard. Murray from the pocket, going down to the bottom and knocked away from the rookie receiver, Fuller. We had the opportunity last episode to get some dev boost for that rookie receiver, but he came up a touchdown short. Love to see him have a good postseason as we go back to him, but once again, Fuller knocks it away. 4th and 4 at the 19. We should take the field goal. So once again, we'll trot Brown back out at the 21, make it a 31-yarder to go up 6. Snap down, kick is up, and right down the middle once again. We do get 2 early field goals. Would have liked some touchdowns. We'll see if the Chargers can answer. The problem with 2 field goals is that a touchdown still puts your opponent in front. So defense needs to come through as we get a stop down the middle. 2nd-year linebacker, though, if I'm being honest, can't quite remember his name. As it's going to be a drop back quick throw, finding Kincaid, who gets picked up, slammed down by Murray Jr. Also, still haven't seen much from Asamoah playing that strong safety role. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, he's not targeted much, as there's a good game from Herbert. Had a bad angle on the outside with Oliver. Yeast gets the stop. That safety group is definitely one that I would like to find some better talent at if we need it. That would mean not completing the challenge here this season, as they're finding some space in the running game. Edwards-Helaire checks in and gets a gain of 7 for meeting Asamoah. As they'll have 2 up top, 1 down to the bottom. Going back to the running game again, Herbert breaks through the Asamoah tackle, and Oliver brings him down at the 37. So this drive rolling a little bit more smoothly here for the Chargers. Last time they were down in this area before getting sacked a couple times. And a nice throw from Burrow right down the numbers, in between coverage and finding Donovan Peoples-Jones. When we did the Louisiana State-only challenge, Burrow really played awfully for a majority of that series. It wasn't until that final year we started to see some throws like that. As here comes another pass rush and sacked back at the 28. Okoronkwo. Despite, again, not having a lot of high-end talent on this defensive line, we've gotten some pretty consistent pass rush. As Burrow going up top, a lone receiver with broken coverage, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Just as I mentioned earlier, we just had the field goals. Touchdown could put them up, and it has. Not sure why we had Murray Jr. downfield covering a receiver, but for some reason he was, and now we're going to have to hope this offense can get back on the board. As we start with a nice laser throw to Willis with a first down grab. And rather quickly finding the 2-minute warning. As we do have all 3 timeouts, so no rush here. But I do want to end this drive with some more points. As we go, McBride gets upended, picking up 5. Let the clock continue to roll. Save those timeouts for a little bit later on this drive, hopefully. As Murray from the pocket, going down to the bottom, does find the rookie who's close to the first, but they do not give it to him. 3rd and inches. As we tick under a minute and a half left in this half. Will be another pass. Quick throw to Mixon with a first down just about at midfield, slightly past. But we'll get back to the line quickly with 2 spread either side. Once again, Murray going up top and knocked out. As soon as that catch was about to take place, big shoulder comes in. We've seen this Chargers defense time those up really well today. As there's 1:05 on the clock now, you got 2 up top. I think there was actually maybe 3 down to the bottom. We're going down to the bottom. We find McBride, who had a beautiful touchdown. I can't remember if it was against the Chargers or not. I feel like it might have been. I know it was at least late on in the season when we needed some wins and found him deep down the field as Murray had to move around the pocket. It was a great play as Murray having to roll, finds Shepard, and he drops another. That's already 3 or maybe 4 drops. We have some depth at receiver if we need to go into it, but I would like that our highest rated receiver actually catches the ball as we have Mims, but it's overthrown. Winfield Jr. a bit lucky there that one, he didn't give up the touchdown and then no penalty there. As Murray from the pocket here on 3rd and 10, rolling across the middle, finds the rookie with a possession grab down to the 16, and we call our first timeout. Leaving 2 in the pocket, 45 seconds. As Murray once again throwing, gonna go McBride, stretching to the outside, breaks one, rolling into the end zone. Made sure those knees and elbows didn't hit the ground before crossing the plane, and we will retake that lead. But we are going for 2 here. Trying to make it a touchdown game. As no one is quite open, though we do find a little bit of space. Marvin Mims was there, but lacked the awareness somehow, didn't see the ball was thrown, and it's a failed 2-point conversion. That's just one thing in Madden this year that just does not make sense. Receivers staring at your quarterback, you throw it to them, and they just are oblivious. As the Burrow offense will have about 35 seconds to find some points. They do have all 3 timeouts, and they gain 9, play 1. They're up to the 34. Field goal range, I would say probably around the 35 to 40, considering I don't know who their kicker is. As it will be another pass, Burrow rolling, throwing, gets the catch to DK, and they give him the forward progress for the first. Doesn't get it by much. They do call their first timeout. Under center now, dropping back. Burrow rolling up top, finds his guy with a quick stop in bounds, though they do call their second timeout. Up to the 41. Need about, I would say, 20-ish yards for a safe field goal attempt as they go Donovan Peoples-Jones picking up the first and the last timeout called. For the trip set up top, Kincaid coming off the line to the bottom. Burrow pass rush, hits home. It's Gibson, though they give half of it to one of the DTs. I don't think it was deservingly so. That was Gibson's sack, should be 3, but a good way to end the first half with another sack. All in all, offense playing pretty well. Defense has given up some chunk plays here and there. We should have got the 2-point conversion, Madden, but all in all, not too bad. But as we get the second half underway, Chargers start with the ball. And it will be at the 25 for Burrow. Throwing, open DK. Takes the hit from Asamoah, but does not knock it free. Tried to give them a taste of their own medicine, but does not work out for us. DK's third grab, 42 yards as they go back to the running game. Herbert breaks the tackle and picks up the first at the 50. Somehow he's only ran the ball 5 times. Feels like more than that, but 54 yards in total. As Burrow off the back of I want to say that was Okoronkwo's helmet. They also have an injury to Caleb McGarry, I think is what it said. I feel like that is a offensive lineman. Not quite sure because Madden didn't give us any sort of animation. Though they find Kincaid here and we do knock that one free. Seems to be the only guy that we are knocking passes away from is their tight end. Who is that X Factor? You see it down to the bottom. DK also an X Factor. As well as Burrow, who is in his X Factor and finds Kincaid this time with the first down grab. Burrow 12 of 16 on the day, and they have a first down with another quick throw. Kincaid picking up some more yards, gain of 5. Right now feels like a good time for another sack by Gibson, but they drop under center here. Single back set, play action, as they will go back to Herbert, who picks up the first, but not much more. A nice open field tackle from Oliver. But we've seen this a few times from the Chargers, driving down the field and then they stall, lose some yards, and end up not getting much. As that's going to happen again right down the middle. Ogba gets the sack. We also had another defender there. Another injury, though, for the Chargers. I believe it was another offensive lineman. Leaves 2nd and 18 with a screen going to Kincaid. They don't get much. And that'll leave 3rd and 15. At the 31, they got 2 up top, 1 down to the bottom. Burrow from shotgun, not an X Factor any longer as we are getting some pass rush. He steps up and throws away. Defense continues to stand tall in the second half of the field. Though second half of the game as well, as they have the field goal that they nail from distance. Plenty of power behind that by Hancock. And with a kick like that, that tells me we cannot allow this thing to be a field goal game. So we need some more points here on this drive, up 12-10, following the failed 2-point in the first half. As we do find Shepard, he holds on to it and picks up the first. And that moves Murray over 150 passing on the day. As we have a bunch down to the bottom, will be another pass going down to the bottom, finding McBride with a short gain. Already his 6th catch of the game for 50 total. As we have 2nd and 7 with a 2 tight end set. Gonna motion Willis. Actually, no, that's Sherman down towards the bottom. Has the I form, which will follow behind. Almost actually plowing through. Not for the first, but a good chunk, leaving 3rd and 1. You never quite know with Mixon. Sometimes it looks like he's wrangled up and then he just slides right on through. As we're gonna need that here on 3rd down, and we do get it. What was almost a gain of nothing actually ends up being what there? A gain of 7, maybe 8? Hard to count him out. He's a shifty fella. With 3 down to the bottom, 1 up top. Well, 3 tight ends down to the bottom. As it will go back to Mixon down the middle, cutting towards the top, just picking up the 2. We'll say Blackwell for him. Has been all over the field, though. It looks like he's off the field here on 2nd and 8. As we check it down, going to Mixon with a spin that freezes the defender, but doesn't get by the defender. So we'll need 5 more here on 3rd. First down markers at the 39. Murray from shotgun takes the snap. Going up top has the rookie who holds on to it with the forward progress, picking up the first. Haven't gotten his way often, but when we have, he's been pretty sure-handed. As he's going to be out there at the slot to the bottom, though we swing it up top, we'll find, I think that's either Gray or Hill, couldn't quite see. I believe that is Hill with a catch of 7. Brought him in this season, ended up replacing P. Ryan, and hasn't really seen the field all too often, but he's gotten out there a little bit. As Murray going again up top, but it was read so well by the defender. Just an awful throw from Murray. Stared down, I believe it was McBride the whole time, and Judon of all guys gets the pick. If you're gonna throw a pick, at least have it be a good play by a corner or safety, maybe even a true linebacker, but an edge rusher? That's just bad. As DK, also pretty bad there, drops the pass. Robertson there to at least provide the footsteps that caused the drop. At least that's what we're gonna say. As they make a check here, 2nd and 10 with trips up top. Burrow from the pocket. Across the middle this time, DK catches it, turning upfield, picking up close to 20, down to the 14. And from there, we hit the fourth quarter. Crunch time here in the playoffs. Another close, low-scoring affair, 12-10. Well, the Chargers looking to add on to that as they start the fourth quarter down at the 14. Burrow hands it off. Herbert down the middle will pick up a few yards, mark it 4. Dylan Bonds there, 98 to help get the stop, one of the rookies. At least I'm pretty sure he's a rookie, either rookie or second year. As Herbert back towards the top, goes nowhere as it's Asamoah with the stop and another injury. Bobby Cook, a potential third offensive lineman injured. So that one looks a little bit more serious as he heads off the field. So 3rd and 5, Burrow setting up a throw across the middle. Diving DK cannot reel it in. It will be 4th and 5. Field goal, though, still puts them up, and with the field goal we saw last time. But imagine they would make this one just at the 16, 26-yarder down the middle. Well, now it is go time here for the offense. Down for the first time today, 13-12. Going for that 2-point conversion, costing us right now. As we'll start with a run down the middle. Mixon makes a little cut, keeps those legs moving, and we'll pick up 3. And we'll definitely need to keep an eye out for this Chargers defense trying to strip the ball. Definitely need to not throw any interceptions, knock on wood, as they are the 5th best team this season in forcing those turnovers. Go with a throw and dropped by Marvin Mims. Heard the footsteps. So a key 3rd down instead. As we bring out 3 of the tight ends, we'll pass from it. We pick up the blitz. Murray finds a gap, sprinting through, picking up the first down and a little bit more with a nice power at the end. Down or actually up to the 45. We've seen some of those scrambles come in clutch towards the end of games. If we could see some more of that safely, I'm fine with it. As we go up top, going to find Trey McBride this time with a first down gain of 15 before getting stood up by a group of defenders. I also would not mind us running some clock here as well, though I doubt we're going to. With a tight shotgun look, will be another drop back pass. Murray checks down Mixon with the grab, and we'll pick up 8. Murray now over 200 passing yards, though did have that pick on the last drive to Judon. Let's not throw another pick to an edge rusher. As Murray going up top, Mixon almost gets jumping. Instead, Mixon ends up with it. And we're down inside the 15, they say at the 11. Madden almost coming in clutch for the irony, but they missed out. 1st and 10. As another quick throw across the middle, Mims holds onto it this time, though does take the shot. And I would not mind running the ball here. At 2nd and 6, we're at the 7. With a tight look, though, it will be another pass. Quick throw to the rookie, and I don't know if that went off his fingertips or if the ball was tipped. I don't know. It looked weird as it got to him. Either way, it's an incomplete pass in a 3rd and 6. As we set up a throw, Murray rolling. Does not get by the DT, but it looks like he was yanked down by the face mask, and indeed, that's the call. B.J. Hill just tried to make the big play there, but it ends up costing his team more as it's 1st and goal. Murray dumping it off Mixon down to the bottom and just back to the line. Well, I'm fine with that. Again, I'm perfectly fine wasting some time here as it's now 2nd and goal at the 4. Will be another pass. Murray rolling. Mixon spins, but it's rocked. We'll actually lose 2 for 3rd and goal. Field goal would put us up, though leaves us susceptible to another field goal, and I said earlier, I don't want this to be a field goal game. So from 3rd and goal, we throw, touchdown to the rookie. George Green puts us back in front. And the CPU has decided we're going for 2. It's a 5-point game here, trying to make it 7. As we set up a throw across, Marvin Mims makes it that 7-point ball game. If we happen to give up a touchdown, it's not the end of the world here. Hopefully we don't. But it's going to come down to Joe Burrow versus our defense, who has always played higher than their rating. As it's another throw up top, Kincaid holds on to it this time, breaks the tackle, and scampers out for a gain of 3. Both teams do still have 3 timeouts, We have a little over 2:30 on the clock, so plenty of time for something to happen here, as they will go with a play action. Burrow dumping it off for the fullback, who will pick up some yards, and potentially now Asamoah with the face mask. It looks like that's what the call's going to be as well. Both teams getting called for it late. Though I will say that Asamoah one not as blatant as what we saw from BJ Hill, as it'll be another play action. Burrow going down to the bottom. DK shucks off Yeast, but does not pick up much after, though still gets the first. And just like that, they are also in plus territory as they make a check here, sending 3 down to the bottom. Their receiver at tight end up top, even though they had a tight end out there. Either way, 2-minute warning hits. So the weird play is not going to happen. But as they do head back out, still with that 3 receiver set, though a more realistic 3 receiver set, as they have 3 up top, 1 down to the bottom. They hand it off, finding space to the outside, breaking in. Edwards-Helaire picks up 6. Around 1:30 now on the clock. Burrow across the middle. They do find Donovan Peoples-Jones. He breaks 1, then gets picked up, slammed down, and now Pittman Jr. a little bit shaken up downfield. That's going to cost him one of their timeouts. Some potential ankle, maybe even calf injury. Looks like he might have been getting off the table there. Might try to get back in this game here late. Season on the line for the Chargers, as they have 3 down to the bottom, 1 up top. Burrow takes the snap, quick throw, gets the first down to a very hefty looking receiver out there. No idea who that is, but he picks up the first down. It's a Batten. Feel like that is a draftee. At least name doesn't ring a bell, and they give them the catch there. Looked like that foot was out of bounds, but 2nd and 1. No review comes in, so it is a catch with another trip set down to the bottom for Burrow. Thrown right to us. We get the pick, and that should just about do it here. Trey Flowers sitting perfectly in coverage with 1:02 on the clock. They just have 2 timeouts remaining. Once again, they attempted to find DK on the quick slant, and after running it so many times pretty well, we finally get on the better end of it, as Mixon down the middle picks up 7, and now we suffer an injury. Braden Willis clutching his back, maybe some back spasms. I've looked like that a few times. But that does also unfortunately stop the clock for us. As we hand it off, Mixon picks up a clutch first down, gaining quite a lot of yards. 2nd timeout called by the Chargers, and it looks like we're going to start nailing some time here. We're under a minute left, just 1 timeout remaining. It's a safe call, and one that normally Madden does not do. But as we take 1 more knee here, we'll let the clock run, we'll kneel it once more, and head on into the divisional round of the playoffs. Now who that'll be against, we don't know yet. All the other games that have happened have been NFC. We were the first AFC. But that also means we're the first AFC to move on to the next round, if you don't count the first round bye the Colts had. We almost took from them late on in the season, but we come through, sweeping the Chargers 3-0 this season, and yet again another close 1-score game. And it'll be the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round, which you could have out tomorrow. If you guys get this video 50 likes, the team got the win. 20-17 versus a rival. Now we turn to face the Buffalo Bills. Again, a very similar style team here, where the offense is the better side, 88. Defense still solid at an 83. They have Jalen Hurts, a 99 X-Factor quarterback. Luckily for us, we don't have to worry about the brotherly shove. He did have a fairly decent season as well. 25 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, 4,100 yards. So we'll see if our defense can continue to do well against an offense that looks like they rely more so on the passing game, though are solid at least in the rushing department. Their defense average across the board. We do really well in stopping the run. That's not what they're focused on. We haven't done, at least according to the stats, all too well in stopping the pass. 24th compared to their 6th. So all in all, we're going to need to still see that team come up clutch for us. Trey Flowers got the clutch interception today, and hopefully we'll see more of that. And to make sure you see more of that, hit that bear icon on the bottom right, or scroll down and hit the subscription button so you subscribe to the channel. definitely make sure you tap the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. As obviously, this is a playoff situation. It changes a little bit, like we saw, just the one game per episode, with the chance, with a 50 like goal, for you guys to have an episode out every single day until we lose or do not get the like goal. You could have 2 videos out tomorrow, one the Rams franchise and then this one after, again, if you guys hit that 50 like goal. If not, this series is posted every single Wednesday and Saturday, with the traditional franchise, that being the Rams, every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So at least 6 videos every single week. You have the chance to make that more this week. So make sure you're hitting that like button, you're hitting that subscribe button, and we will see you in the divisional round versus the Bills next time.